Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe, and you're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you stand before me this morning, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you plead out to your case or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you are arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you are given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. I will also determine this morning whether you qualify for the public defender. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, I will appoint the public defender's office for you this morning. You are entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your attorney know where you are. If you have not been able to do that yet, please let me know, and I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Swear from the testimony, swear from the testimony before the court today will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. All right, put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Dawn Palumbo. Good morning, Ms. Palumbo. Can I have your date of birth?
9/28/68.
All right, Ms. Palumbo, you're here this morning for possession of methamphetamine. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State, does she have a prior record?
Yes, she's got multiple felony convictions, misdemeanors.
Recent, right? I remember.
Yes, I think she just got out of DOC for other drug charges. She's got failure to appear, petty theft, lots of thefts, drugs, paraphernalia. This is all within this whole rep. She does methamphetamine, other drugs. This is all within the last couple of years.
Okay. Ms. Palumbo, I have an address for you on Plaza Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Over a year.
Okay.
She has
Sorry. She has a lot of drug history out of state also.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No, I'm on disability.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $2,000. I'm going to see you back to court on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. If you're unable to bond out, someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you, okay?
Thank you.
Marta Harris.
Excuse me.
Ms. Harris, can I have your date of birth?
4/16/71.
You're here this morning for driving on a suspended driver's license. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender's office, ma'am.
Public defender's office to represent you. State, other than the driving record, which I have, do you have anything else?
Yeah, she has history going back at least 15, 20 years. 2006 is a exploitation of the elderly, a lot of credit card stuff. 2011 probation violation, larceny, that was dropped in 11/12. She had failure to appear in Pasco. She had a bad check earlier this year. She got some out-of-state history. Looks like Illinois. Driving unsuspended, uninsured, no registration, theft by deception, more traffic stuff, violation of bail conditions.
Okay. All right, Ms. Harris, I have an address for you on Jefferson Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
A little over a year.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Customer service.
Okay.
It's a misdemeanor, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just 4 unpaid tickets.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure they
Yeah.
did it.
All right. The only thing holding you up from getting your driver's license, it looks like, is 4 unpaid cases or unpaid tickets. So you might want to take a look at that when you get out. I'll go ahead and keep the bond the same as $2,000. I've appointed the public defender. We'll see you back to court on January 10th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Ma'am, can I be released on my own recognizance? I don't have a way of getting anyone to come and bond me out.
Okay. We're not going to do that at this time.
All I have is my son and
No, I understand that, ma'am, but what you also have is a pretty significant prior record, and it looks like your driver's license has been suspended for some time, and you have failed to take care of that, and you continue to go out and drive. What I can do is, can I move her up to my January 3rd date, just in case?
I just don't want to lose my job, ma'am.
Is that my agreement, the 3rd?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What I can do for you is I can move up your court date, just in case, and I'll set you for January 3rd, and maybe we can resolve your case that day, okay?
I just didn't want to lose my job, ma'am.
I understand that. You're going to have to call in some resources. There's nothing I'm going to do for you at this time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Elizabeth Ngala.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Ms. Ngala. Maybe date of birth?
It's 10/23/82.
Okay, you are here this morning for a violation of community control on 2 cases. There's a warrant signed by Judge Toner back on December 4th for your arrest on each of these, so there is probable cause for your arrest. Did you previously have the public defender representing you on these?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do you want the public defender to represent you, or are you going to hire somebody?
I have a private attorney,
Okay.
William Whitehead.
And Judge, her father is present in the courtroom.
Okay.
Could I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
Come up here.
Sure.
Elizabeth was in a rehab facility, which she completed 20 or 30 days, at which time she was transferred to a halfway house. A halfway house had a dispute with her, told her to leave the building at midnight in Daytona Beach, and she had no place to go. The person who sponsored her from AA got her a motel room. Her probation officer over there called me personally, and I told her where she was. Okay, at which point she transferred into another rehab facility, which they allowed her to stay for 7 days for free. At which point, Daryl's Strawberry House came and picked her up at that rehab and brought her directly back to the rehab. So she wasn't missing. I think at least she got a bond.
Okay. Well, so we're not here for a hearing on her violation of probation today. Those are good things to bring up for a hearing. Judge Merritt and Judge Toner signed a warrant for her arrest on both of these, and we're not here to take evidence today, nor do I have the jurisdiction to take evidence on a violation of probation hearing today. My job today is just only to find probable cause for her arrest, which I do find. Judge Toner wants no bond on that. What I can try to do, though, does Judge Toner have anything earlier than January 17th?
I think it's January 10th. No?
The judge?
I
I thought that was a judge.
Sorry. You're right, Judge.
I'm sorry, January 2nd?
The 2nd of January.
Okay. What I can do is move up her court date. You might want to meet with her attorney, Mr. Whitehead, and see if we can present those issues to the judge on that day, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So I'll move up her date up to 2nd. It's no bond on both cases. And make sure to get in touch with your attorney, okay, ma'am?
Thank you, Judge.
Make sure Mr. Whitehead knows that's January 2nd.
Okay.
8:30. Sorry.
Okay, Tiffany Villalobos. Hi, Ms. Villalobos, can I have your date of birth?
March 2nd, 90.
Okay, you are here today for a retail theft. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
She had a DUI last year, and that's about it.
Okay.
Looks like it was pled down to a reckless.
Okay. Ms. Villalobos, I have an address for you on Driscoll Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
Almost 3 years.
Okay. And I see you did have a job. You no longer are employed, right?
Correct.
I'll go ahead and set your bond at $1,000. We'll see you back to court on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. I've appointed the public defender. If you're unable to bond out, someone will come out to the jail and see you, okay?
Okay.
You think that he wouldn't have said?
Heather Fogg. Ms. Fogg, can I have your date of birth?
12/28/83.
All right. You're here today for a burglary. I did find probable cause for that. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
The public defender's office. Let's see, she's got I see you're on probation, misdemeanor probation. I put you on probation, didn't I? I just put you
But
on
I
probation.
paid it off.
What's
I
that?
paid it off right away.
Yeah, is she still on probation?
Did she just go on?
No.
I think it was like last month.
Yeah, I paid $1,500 off and he terminated it.
She had a termination, she said.
Okay. Well, we'll have probation look into that. In the meantime, you have this burglary here. The bond is $10,000. State other than that misdemeanor case. Anything else?
There was a drug case, marijuana, and then the larceny. Those were the two that were here, and there was a failure to appear on those just in August. She does have out-of-state history. What state? I got my glasses. It goes back to about 2004, disorderly conduct, violation of condition of release, and DUI, sale of or use of drug paraphernalia, assault. That was Nebraska. And then that's the same, Nebraska.
Okay. Ms. Bug, I have an address for you on California Street. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
6 months.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Self-employed, mostly cleaning, construction.
Yeah. Are you under the influence of anything this morning?
No.
Your Honor, her case was terminated in November. She paid everything.
Okay. I'm going to keep your bond at $10,000. I'm going to see you back to court on January 17th. That's with Judge Toner, right? So 8:30 a.m. I've appointed the public defender. If you're unable to bond out, someone will come out and see you, okay?
Thank you.
There was no way.
Natasha Yates.
Hello.
Morning, Ms. Yates.
Morning.
Okay, you were in my court yesterday
There we go.
for a failure to appear, and we took you into custody at that time. Your bond is currently $2,000. So there was probable cause for your arrest. You currently have a public defender's office representing you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
State, does she have a prior record?
Yes, she does. Starting 2010, it's a conviction for grand theft, out-of-county warrants, probation violation, a battery in Pasco from 2016, battery here. I guess that's this open case. Nothing out of state that I could see.
Okay.
And Judge, it would be on your docket.
I'm going to put it back on my docket in a second, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Yates, I have an address for you on Shadow Ridge Boulevard in Hudson. Is that where you live?
That's where I was living. I'll be staying with my sister now.
Okay, what's that address?
9644 Ed Street, Hudson.
What was the name of the street?
Ed, E-D.
What's the zip?
34669.
How long have you lived there?
I'm just going to be moving back. My mom's has been living there for like 12 years. My stepdad lives there now.
All right, do you have a job these days?
No, ma'am.
All right,
What was the number
Okay.
on the address, Your Honor?
I have 9644.
Okay, 964.
I'll go ahead and set your bond at $1,000, okay? We're going to see you back to court on January 4th. We set it for January 4th yesterday when you were in court. We're going to keep that date, January 4th at 9 a.m., okay?
I understand she's also on the trial docket for
Yes, sir.
January.
That's what she wanted. Mark Bukowski.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're here today for a violation of probation. 2 counts. I did find probable cause for your arrest on both of those. Those are both out of Hillsborough County. Hillsborough County wants you held no bond until you get down there and take care of it. So they're going to have 5 days to come pick you up and take you there. And once you get there, you can ask for a lawyer and a court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. You guys also have an Angela Ziegler there? Is that in custody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That should be an add-on, Your Honor.
Is that a change of plea? Or?
Yes, she, this week she took felony PTI, so she's on supervision. She does have 15 days in on this case. We would hope that the court will look kindly on a request for time served disposition on this.
What's the charge?
There was 2 retail thefts.
17 mm 1678.
She went to Walmart and did fraudulent returns and went ahead and sold some items afterwards. She was caught and admitted.
Okay.
There's no restitution, but my understanding was probation's recommendation was 60 days in jail.
Okay, so it's a violation of probation.
It's violation of probation based on a new theft arrest,
Okay.
where she might have, because she's in felony, she got a PTI, because she doesn't have any prior felonies. But in this particular case, this was an open case. I mean, an open probation case.
Okay. Okay, so she takes 15 days today. What does she need to do to get on felony probation or felony PTI?
When she's released, she needs to report to felony probation. I would say tomorrow morning at 8:30. Depending upon what time they let her out, she could probably report this afternoon.
Okay,
She
so
probably should report this afternoon. They might not be there tomorrow.
do we know if they're even there tomorrow?
I don't know, but they'll be open till 5. If she's released promptly today, she could probably be there by 3.
All right, that's a big if. Okay, so Ms. Ziegler, you want to go ahead and take care of your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up right to have a hearing on the matter?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up right to have witnesses at that hearing and confront the witnesses against you at that hearing. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to this violation of probation on the retail theft in 2017 MN 1678, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
I accept your admission. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty, revoke and terminate your probation. Sentence you to 15 days for Nanda County Jail, 15 days credit for time served. You're going to have $50 cost of prosecution in that case. There is no restitution left according to the state.
Nope.
So what we're going to do is, Jill, do you think that she could get out of there by 3 o'clock today? Is that possible?
And I don't see why it would be a problem. We just have to make sure we have all the court paperwork and get it down to booking, which I can do right away.
All right, so
And I just
You have to
texted
raise
the
your hand.
probation supervisor. He said yes, and they are going to be open tomorrow.
okay. So I want you there by 5 o'clock today, if that's all possible. If for some reason you are not out of custody by 5 o'clock today, then you need to report first thing tomorrow morning, 8:30 in the morning.
And Judge,
Yes,
they're going to want her there like by 4 because 5 they'll be leaving.
Okay, so by 4 o'clock today or by 8:30 tomorrow morning, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Come on. Daryl Carlo? Hi, Mr. Carlo. What is your date of birth?
1267.
All right, you were here this morning for a burglary. I did find probable cause for that. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
I'm going to use public defender.
Can you tell me the name again? I'm sorry.
Carlo.
Daryl Carlo.
C-A-R-O.
Oh, Carla, got it.
All right, other than his pending CT case, anything else, Steve?
Yeah, it was, the 2 drivings, one in August, one in November. There's some out-of-state history from New Jersey, about 10 years ago, some drug charges. And that's it.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I couldn't hear what they said.
She's just telling me your prior record and that you have some things out of New Jersey.
From many years ago.
From many
There's
years
one from 86 and one from 2007.
Like 1987.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Okay.
That one was dismissed anyway, the old one.
All right, Mr. Carly, I have an address here on California Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Almost a year.
You have a job these days?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
All right. Well, you have an open case right now, 2017 CT 4091. It's a driving on suspended driver's license and no motor vehicle registration.
Yes.
I don't know if there was an offer on that case. Did you have the public defender in that case?
Yes, I did, and they got a continuance. I'm trying to get my license straightened out as a matter of paperwork from the state of Maine.
Oh, yeah.
It's just taking a long time.
Wait, you're talking about the 17 CT 4091? It's an open case. We could be asking for it. Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm just trying to get details about it.
Coffee yet.
The state is going to ask to recommit you on this case, which means there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you had a charge pending, which that means you would not be entitled to bond on that case, and we'd have to hold you until that case is set for January 11th.
Please don't.
Which is what I would do unless you want to take a plea on that case today.
I'm taking a plea on that case today.
Okay. Okay, you understand by taking a plea on this case, it's driving unsuspended and no motor vehicle registration in case number 2017 CT 4091, that you're giving up your right to go to trial,
Yes.
giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes.
With regard to the driving unsuspended driver's license and no motor vehicle registration, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
Accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days Hernando County Jail, 2 days credit for time served. You'll have fines and court costs in the amount of $438, and you also have the cost of incarceration and the public defender fee. When you do get out of custody, you want to make your way down to the clerk of court to make payment arrangements for all of those things, okay?
Okay.
All right. Is it 526? Oh, because of the extra charge. Okay, the fines and court costs are actually 526. Sorry about that.
That includes us, right?
Huh?
That includes our fee, too? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. And Madam State, you have some paperwork on the floor.
Some.
What do I have?
Paperwork on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. Nicholas Semina,
That's this guy.
So, Your Honor, am I free to go then?
if you have a bond on the other case, though.
What do you think?
Yes, I'm trying to get my bond lowered. This is the whole
It's a
thing.
$10,000 bond. I'm going to keep it at $10,000.
What date is he coming back on, Judge? I apologize.
Can I have his paperwork back?
Yeah, it's 17?
I think it was January
117.
17th.
Okay.
Yes, January 17th. Michael, who did I call? Semino. All right, Mr. Semino, can I have your date of birth again?
9/25/86.
All right. Seems like we're here every day, Mr. Semino. So what happened is they're coming up with these charges as they're doing their research and their investigation. These charges are all from the beginning of December, around those dates. So there is probable cause for your arrest for this new burglary of a dwelling. The bond is $5,000. I'm going to keep it at $5,000. We appointed the public defender on all your other cases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back to court on January 9th at 9 o'clock with Judge Merritt with your other cases, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Michael Cunningham?
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
8364.
All right. You're here today for possession of methamphetamine and possession of paraphernalia. I did find probable cause for both of those. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
That history going back to early 90s. Larceny, dealing in stolen property. That doesn't seem to be anything recent in Florida. I got some out-of-state stuff from Georgia, also from the 90s, DUI, and that, but nothing recent.
Okay. Mr. Cunningham, I have a address for you on Spruce Drive in Weeki-Wachee. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
25 years?
Do you have a job these days?
No.
All right.
Executive disability.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond on the possession of methamphetamine at $1,000 and the possession of paraphernalia at $500. And we'll see you back January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. If you're unable to bond out, the public defender will come out and see you. If you do bond out, you want to make sure to get in touch with your attorney, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Dana Gaffney. Mr. Gaffney, can I have your date of birth?
10/17/62.
All right. You are here today for domestic battery. I did not find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to ROR you on these charges, and I'm going to see you back to court on January 10th at 9 a.m., okay?
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Timothy Gaffney. Mr. Gaffney, can I have your date of birth?
05/24/99.
Okay, Mr. Gaffney, you're here today for a domestic battery with Dana Gaffney. The officers in those cases said they could not determine whether there was a primary aggressor, and that is why I'm not finding probable cause on your case. I'm going to order that you be released ROR, and I'll see you back to court on January 10th at 9 a.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm not going to appoint the public defender at this time.
I understand.
We're not going to put a no contact between them, just
Not at this time.
all right.
All right. Charles Harrison.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Harrison. Can I have your date of birth?
1662.
All right. You're here today for a failure to appear. Looks like a warrant signed by Judge Toner back on March 28th of this year. He's given bonds on both of those at $5,000 and $4,000 for each of those. It's defrauding a pawnbroker and dealing in stolen property. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Do we know, was he in custody for something else? Is that what's, do we know?
It looks like he was arrested at the jail. I don't know what. Yeah, it looks like he was in Palm Beach County. Or he was arrested in Palm Beach County on the 13th. Probably got transported up here
Okay, for this warrant.
for this warrant.
Okay.
That's how it appears. His rap sheet shows a out of county warrant arrest.
All right. Do you have anything else on that?
Yeah. A battery last year in another county. It's kind of thick. There's got to be out of state stuff here. Hold on.
All right, well, I'll just keep it for what Judge Toner had on there for right now.
Yeah, he's got history. South Carolina, Georgia, Texas, and Kentucky.
Okay. I'm going to assume
He's
that
wanted in other places too.
that Judge Toner took that into consideration in getting his bond amounts, although typically I don't see bond amounts on his FTAs.
Well, that was quite some time ago, Judge.
I understand that.
I think the policies may have changed a little.
His history is, there's a lot of it, but it's older.
Okay. Mr. Harrison, I've seen an address for you on US 92 in Stepner. Is that your address?
No, ma'am.
Okay, where do you live?
1440, Highway 41 North, right now, Your Honor. I don't know if I still have it when I get out.
Okay, 1441 North what?
Highway 41.
Highway 40.
1440 Highway 41 North. Then in Brooksville?
Excuse me?
Is that in Brooksville?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
Just recently,
Okay.
a couple months.
All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep those bonds the same, 5,000 and 4,000. Appointed the public defender's office. If you do bond out, you want to make sure to get in touch with them. If you're unable to bond out, someone will come out and see you, and I've set your court date for January 17th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Jeffrey Hildebrandt. Mr. Hildebrandt, can I have your date of birth?
050898.
Okay. All right, you are here today for resisting or obstructing an officer without violence. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
Myself.
All right, see if a prior record state.
Got arrested earlier in the year for battery. Motorcycle was dropped. No stick, and there's nothing prior.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $100, and we're going to see you back to court on January 10th at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay. Have a good day.
Dave, that's what you were talking about before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Thank you.
That was a weird one. Okay, Cody Jackson. All right, Mr. Jackson, can I have your date of birth?
42189.
You're here today for a burglary. For some reason, they have it as an attempted burglary, but I find probable cause for a burglary. So, find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Make the public defender's office represent you. State.
It's got history going back to juvenile stuff in the early 2000s. So it's a big bulk of adulthood in 2007, DUI, traffic, more DUI, violation of probation. He's been to prison for DUI, serious bodily injury. More traffic, more traffic.
When was he in prison?
2009 to 2011. For DUI. He got arrested in November of this year in Hillsborough for burglary, grand theft firearm, vehicle theft, fraud, dealing in stolen property, defrauding a pawnbroker. So he's got an open case ongoing, probably in
None of those
Hillsborough
charges were
right
filed.
now. He's probably out on bond on that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jackson, what is your address? We don't have an address for you. Where are you living?
It's written down on my property. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Don't know your address. Is it in Hernando County?
Well, Hillsborough is where I live with my mom.
Okay, so it's in Hillsborough County.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you lived in Hillsborough County?
Whole life. It's been between Hillsborough
and Hernando, my dad.
Do you have a job?
Not like right this second.
Judge, I can't make out what the officer wrote on the PC affidavit as far as bond, but whatever they put, I'd ask that it be increased due to the fact that he's a flight risk, he doesn't have community ties, he doesn't have a residence, he's got open charges.
Judge, you did testify being a lifelong resident of the state.
Yeah, it doesn't have an address.
I've been to every court date I've ever had. I've never had an issue showing up to any of my stuff.
Okay.
I've never broke my bond.
I agree. There wasn't any FTAs on there, but I mean, I don't see any reason to decrease it either. You've been to prison and you're out there committing more crimes. You may or may not have a Hillsborough case out there. You may have resolved it. You may be on probation. I don't have the information yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the bond at $15,000 and just keep an eye out because the state may do a recommitment order with the judge that's assigned to your case once they get a little bit more information, okay? And that means you would not be entitled to bond if they do that. For right now, your court date is January 17th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Can you explain that again?
You have a court date on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. I'm keeping your bond at $15,000. The state might do a motion in front of the judge that you're assigned, Judge Toner, asking to have you held no bond once they get more information about what's going on in Hillsborough, okay?
Okay.
Michael Miller.
What's is it the burglary $10,000 bond?
It's a $15,000 bond. Unless you keep talking, then it might be higher.
The RCO would have to be in Hillsborough. The RCO would be in Hillsborough.
Are you Mr. Miller?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your date of birth?
10/24/1954.
You're here today for a sale of controlled substance and possession of controlled substance. The bonds are $5,000 each. It's out of Sumter County. I'm going to keep those bonds at $5,000 each. Sumter County is going to come pick you up within 5 days. It usually doesn't take them that long, but when they do come pick you up and take you over there, you can ask for an attorney and a court date when you get there. If you do happen to bond out here, then you want to make your way to Sumter County and find out if you can schedule a court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Aaron Saunders. And Mr. Saunders, can I have your date of birth?
4/30/84.
All right. Mr. Saunders, you have some open cases right now in front of Judge Toner, set for January 5th?
Yes.
All righty. Yes, 16 open cases.
Aaron Saunders.
Do you have a date of offense on those? This is showing a date of offense of December 20th. I just want to make
The
sure.
date of offense on the open cases ranges from December 5th, 2016 through July 17, 2017.
When was the arrest?
This new warrant, the date of offense is 12/8/2017.
Right. When was the arrest on these open cases? Was the previous to 12?
I'm not sure of the question.
Okay, on these open cases, the 17 CF, 1549, 1548, 1547,
47,
all of
46,
those.
45.
What is the date of arrest on those?
Oh, I don't know. Looking at the numbers, we're up to like 2,800 right now. So it looks like it's fall, the spring to the summer. I'm kind of guessing based on the case numbers though. Because they start at 400 and they go up to 1549.
Okay. It's not anything recent in the past couple weeks. Right. And does he have a bond on those cases right now? What? Is he out on bond?
My notes say to ask for an RCO on any cases that is not already RCO'd on. So
Okay. I think you might already be. Can the clerk verify?
at least one of them is a no bond. There's 16 different numbers.
Looks like he was in from 328 to 5/1.
1549.
Okay. All right. Mr. Saunders, have you been RCO'd on some of your other cases already?
Yes.
Okay.
You say yes?
Yeah, he said yes. Okay, so for the one that's not showing RCO, the 17 CF 1549, just really a technicality at this point. We're just RCO you on that one. I'm going to keep the bond at $5,000 on this case, and all of his other cases are set for January 5th. So we're going to set this one for January 5th with your other cases, okay? Do you already have the public defender's office?
Yes.
Okay, we'll make sure that they're on this case as well, okay?
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm showing he was off bonded, but not RCO'd on any of them.
On any of them? Oh.
No, we have him in custody on the new grand theft, the 1548 and the 1549 are just off bonds.
Okay.
But he still has bond loans.
Okay, so we'll 1548, 1549. I'll RCO on those.
Okay. Thank you.
Do it. Okay. Thank you. Anthony Thomas? All right. Hello again, Mr. Tompkins. What is your date of birth?
4/18/1988.
All right. Thank you. You are here for sale of a controlled substance and possession of a controlled substance. These were sales going back from August of 2017. I know you have some open cases. I don't know when the arrest on those were, though.
I have a little bit
The
of
date of offense on this is August, so.
He has 17 CF 1991, which is from September 7th, 2017. 1921 is from August 17th. And 1917, case number 1970 is from June 20th, 2017.
Okay.
Had he been arrested on those yet?
Yeah, he's got,
No, was he arrested in June?
I don't know, they're all on for 1229. He also has a misdemeanor from September. That's on Shannon Marie's docket.
All right. Well, with this offense date being back in August and the other ones.
The only one that predates it is the 1917, the one from 620. I don't know if they want to look in the PC affidavit maybe on 17 CF 1917 to see what they was arrested.
Judge, the only arrest here in this county from 2017 was on September 7th. Everything else is 2015, but that's the only one I'm showing for him in 2017.
Okay.
So September 7th was the third bond, whatever. One from June, one from July.
Okay, so is he, okay, so he's not even out on bond on these cases. He hasn't bonded out on anything. He's been in custody since he was arrested in June, and these are just coming out now.
That's what it seems like. And he's been in since September.
Okay.
September.
It's the third arrest.
Right, since he was
arrested
okay.
on 7th.
All right, so we'll keep the bonds at $5,000 each. It looks like you have a court date in front of Judge Merritt for 12/29.
Yes.
So we're going to set this case on that for December 29th. You have the public defender on that case?
I have regional counsel.
Okay. We'll make sure that you have them on this case as well, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
I'll make sure that my office is aware of that.
Sule Gasaldo.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your date of birth?
5/28/1982.
Okay, you're here for a retail theft. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Want the public defender's office to represent you? State, prior record?
First arrest in Florida, out-of-state arrest in Jersey, 2004, dismissed. Yeah, she had 2 arrests in Jersey 10 years ago, but they were both assaults and they were both dismissed.
Okay. Okay, I have an address for you at Estill Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
A year.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000, and we'll see you back to court on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you.
Is the PD on? Yeah.
Jason Bestie.
Please, sometime.
All right, Mr. Bestie, can I have your date of birth?
7/31/73.
All right, before I go through all of these dates, do you have prior records?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it goes back to 2003, so for traffic stuff, bad check, sale of drugs, conviction, sale of cocaine, probation violation, he's been to DOC, got out in 2008, or went in 2008. Willis, failure to appear, more drug charges, more driving without license.
Okay.
Probation violation just last year. There's also out-of-state history from Minnesota. Goes back about 20 years. Disorderly conduct, domestic, obstruction, substantial battery, paraphernalia, marijuana. And that stuff ended in 99.
Okay.
Oh, another state. Hold on. There's another one. Minnesota. Oh, it's from like, it's been 1973.
All right, Mr. Bestie, I did find probable cause for everything that you've been arrested for. Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you on all of your cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office. In the first case I have sale and possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds are $2,000 and $1,000. I'm going to keep those bonds the same. I'm going to see you back to court on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. The second case I have is the sale of methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine, possession of a place or structure for the sale of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Those bonds are $2,000, $2,000, $5,000, and $1,000. I'm going to keep those bonds the same. Appoint the public defender's office, and see you back to court on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. With regard to the next case, sale of methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine, unlawful use of a two-way device, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds are $2,000, $2,000, $5,000, and $1,000. I'm going to keep those all the same. Appoint the public defender's office, and see you back to court January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. With regard to the next case, sale of methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine, unlawful use of a two-way device, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Those bonds are $2,000, $2,000, and $1,000. Find probable cause for your arrest. Appoint the public defender's office. See you back to court. Keep all those bonds the same, $2,000, $2,000, and $1,000. See you back to court January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. With regard to the next case, sale of methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine, unlawful use of a two-way device, possession of a structure for the purpose of sale of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds are $2,000, $2,000, $5,000, and $1,000. Going to keep those bonds the same. Probable cause for your arrest. Appoint the public defender's office, and see you back to court on January 17th at 8:30 in the morning. That should do it. Someone from the public defender's office should be out to see you soon, okay?